Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I recently had a bunch of old home videotapes converted to digital. So for all you Gen Zers out there, before we had cell phones and digital cameras, we recorded everything directly onto VHS tapes. And then you would actually just put the tapes into your huge VHS player connected to the TV. So comment below if you guys have a clue as to what I'm talking about. Anyway, I uncovered the full 2-hour recording of my 18th birthday celebration / debutante ball, which was kind of a big deal, at least in my mother's eyes it was. Don't worry, I'll explain why in the video. Anyway, my editor, amazing editor, put together a little highlight reel, so brace yourselves for my 18th birthday bash in all its 2002 debutante glory. The debutante ball 18th birthday was at the Marriott Hotel in a ballroom that my mom rented, and there was probably, like, I would say around 150 people, with like 120 being my mother's guests and maybe 30 being mine. I doubt even that number. So this was clearly just a party for my mother, honestly. And people like flew in from like the Philippines and from the East Coast and everything. So, I mean, again, I wasn't getting married, you guys. It's like, this is my 18th birthday, for God's sakes. My mom made me go to Cotillion throughout my high school career. And Cotillion is basically like for privileged rich kids that basically need to learn their manners. So it was like me basically just learning what fork to use when you're at like a fine dining, like when to put a napkin on, what glass is wine glass, what glass is for the water, and how to like properly get into a car if you're wearing a skirt, and how to like communicate basically, and your manners. And so with that, once you graduate from Cotillion, you have something called a debutante ball, which is when you turn 18. It's like a birthday party, but it's like a big deal. My mom loves her parties, and she was like, why not? This is a perfect chance for her to throw herself a party as well, which really was what it was, honestly. And so basically after I graduated high school in 2002, my mother rented a ballroom at the Marriott Hotel in San Mateo, and she had a few like guests that would come, and they performed for me and my dance partner and would hand me a rose as if I was a bachelorette on ABC's Bachelorette. She also literally had a theme, so she doesn't really believe in party planners per se, because she also wants to save her money, but yet she's willing to spend like hundreds and thousands of dollars on a party. But she will try and get free entertainment, which probably was what it was for that night. What she did do though, she surprised me with bringing Alan Tornsberg, which later became my dance coach and my mentor, and he was someone I totally looked up to as a kid and would just like obsess over him and his partners. And he normally only works with world champions, but my mom wanted him to surprise me on my 18th birthday. So he didn't dance, but he was just like a paid guest. Another guest that I had there was Tony Patutau and his partner Shayla. We became really good friends that night and still are great friends to this day. So the host of the night, his name is Jim Kleinrath. He's my dad's best friend since before my mom and dad met. I remember it being like this like weird, awkward silence, because like I think that my mother and I were probably fighting backstage. So I think she was like trying to get me from the backstage area where I was drinking Smirnoff Ice, my very first alcoholic beverage, a few of my high school friends, and Tony and Alan. And finally we showed up, and then my mother had this speech.
Thank you all for coming to celebrate Cheryl's 18th birthday, and also a celebration of her graduation.
My mom preps, like this is my mom. Like if she's not stressed, she doesn't find herself useful in life. So she has planned this for over a year for sure. And her speech probably 6 months. And then you've got my poor dad, who is being forced to say something, but he doesn't prep anything. So he just ends up being the one who is super endearing and so sweet because he talks from the heart.
Well, I hope everybody has a great time tonight, and it's all for Cheryl, and Sherry and I are immensely proud of Cheryl.
So like both times I've danced with my father was actually I think we may have danced when my mom threw another crazy party for us where she rented a tent and a dance floor when I was turning 13 and my dad was turning 50. It was a surprise birthday. So I think maybe we danced there, but like the formal stuff, that didn't happen until I was 18. My dad and I just like totally winged it. Like we weren't like practicing or anything, but my mom and my dance partner probably even went to a dance studio to practice whatever they did. And it was as if like my dad was about to give me away, but I don't know who he was giving me away to because it was so formal, as if it was our wedding dance. Our wedding dance, I'd say, was way more fun because, now that I'm in my 30s, my mom doesn't have nearly as much control as she wishes that she would have. But, my dad actually, he's just very, like, Bob is just one of the sweetest men I've ever met in my life. And I'm so lucky to have him as my family and as my dad and someone that I was able to look up to. But like he doesn't take life too seriously. Like this type of stuff, like you shouldn't be stressing about throwing a party. So there was a video montage I remember that was that I think was being shown like during dinner or something, but I don't know why I'm pretending to have an English accent. It's really weird. I have a mousy voice, super quiet. Clearly I've got self-esteem issues.
I am so honored that you are all here tonight. To my high school friends, wasn't that a great grad night party we had last night?
And back then there was definitely no teleprompter app, so obviously I was reading from my mother's cue cards that she also probably prepped herself. This is all Sherry Burke's words, and you could just tell, like, as I'm actually reciting what she's saying, I'm honestly like just not interested, and I'm like rolling my eyes and looking away because it's just so embarrassing.
To my stepdad Bob, who has treated me like his own daughter, you filled the gap in my life, and I am so blessed to have you here. Last but not least, my hero, my role model, my inspiration, my mom. Thank you for your unconditional love and strong confidence in me. I love you. To all of you, your presence makes this birthday a party to remember. Let's all celebrate and let's enjoy a night of Latin passion.
We had everything from the Supremes impersonators, which back then and even now I still don't know who that is. So that clearly was something my mom wanted. Then we have some break dancer, probably Filipino, probably did it for free. As long as he had free dinner, he was in. We had someone in leopard print, and they definitely, that for sure came from Luca and Vessa when they were out one night over in Castro district. So, and then we have Tony and Shayla. So Tony and Shayla, they were like the only real ballroom dancers there that like, ultimately you wanted to see more of their dancing, but my mom cut it off because they had to go pick up a rose and just like ruin it, and give it and hand it to me. And, I remember just Tony laughing the whole time because this was back when we definitely had like 1 or 2 bottles of Smirnoff Ice right before he performed. And he was also Mormon, so he wasn't allowed to drink, so this was a big deal. Anywho, that's another episode.
Babe, it's 3-hour footage. This is my 18th debutante's birthday. This was a wedding. This is at the Marriott. My mom rented a ballroom at the Marriott. Just think about what my mom wanted for our wedding. She wanted us to be in a ballroom. This is exactly, she was like pitching it to me. Look, she has performers coming right now. Not kidding, I'm not joking. This is exactly what it was. This is unbelievable. Like, it's all of my mom's friends. She paid Alan. I didn't know Alan back then. She gave him a fee to show up and surprise me for my 18th birthday. That's how we became friends. Literally. My mom said, "How much are you?" I'm not joking. My mom spent more money on this than our wedding. She's asking all her friends to perform for us for like a good hour. I just graduated from high school. This was 2002. And then...
Wait, your high school friends there?
Yeah.
What were they?
By the way, meeting friends like just 2 months ago.
So now that I'm putting the pieces together, my mom definitely wanted me to go to Cotillion so that she could throw me a fancy 18th birthday / debutante's ball. I thought it would be funny just to read you guys a few pages from my old Cotillion book, which I recently dug up and dusted off along with the VHS tapes, of course. Get ready to either be offended or laugh out loud at how crazy this is going to sound. Okay, you ready? Let me tell you a little bit about Cotillion's mission statement, shall we? To act and learn to treat others with honor, dignity, and respect for better relationships with our family, friends, and business associates later in life, and to provide instruction and practice ballroom dance. I think I'm trying to have an English accent, but clearly it's not working. The National League of Junior Cotillions proper seating. Sitting pretty, all my YouTube ladies out there. Number 1, approach the chair with good posture. Number 2, turn and feel the front of the chair with the back of the legs. Never reach down and feel for the chair with the hand. Never reach down and feel for the chair with the hand. Number 3, sit down with the trunk erect and against the back of the chair if possible. I hate when people use that word erect when it's not appropriate. Like in this situation, we all know when to use erect. Number 4, this is what I do remember. Turn knees to the left corner of the chair or toward partner in parentheses, and then cross the right ankle over the left ankle or cankle, depending on who you are, and make an S in quotes shape, whatever the hell that means. Number 5, place the right hand over the left hand, just above the knees, like so. If my knee was up here, that's what it would look like. Okay, no one sits like that, guys. We're not from the 1800s. Okay, sitting strong. This is for the gentleman. Number 1, approach the chair with good posture. Number 2, turn and feel the front of the chair with the back of the legs and unbutton jacket. Number 3, sit down with the trunk erect, preferably something else, and against the back of the chair. Number 4, the knees should be slightly apart with both feet flat on the floor. 5, hands should be relaxed on or just above the knees. Erect. Just kidding. I'm just gonna say erect every single time. The lady then thanks the gentleman. Thank you, gentleman. May you stay erect for the rest of your life. So that was it, you guys. My 18th birthday party that definitely looks more like a wedding than anything else. I just can't believe this was 18 years ago. You know, I still would never have done a party like this, but looking back, my mom hustling and getting my future dance teacher, Alan Tornsberg, to attend was honestly such a game changer for my whole career. And, you know, because of that, we became friends. And same with Tony. So at the end of the day, I guess I do have to thank my mom and her crazy party planning obsession. Thanks, Mom. I love you. Anyways, comment below and let me know what your 18th birthday was like and if you've had any experiences with Cotillion. I definitely need to know. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss more of my crazy home videos. As always, sending you all so much love and light. Bye.